As the fight against COVID-19 continues in the United States, one country that is essentially free of the virus is Taiwan. It hasn't had a positive case from community spread in months. Jesse Inman spoke to a man from Republic who has lived in Taiwan for about 2.5 years. Jesse, I'm sure he has a very interesting perspective on this.
Yeah, he sure does, Heather. You know, Jake Hanna went to Republic High School, then Missouri State, and then went to Taiwan to finish his master's degree in global studies, and says he has no plans to come back, especially since Taiwan hasn't had a positive case since April 12th. For Jake Hanna, most of his year has consisted of doing things most of us only wish we could be doing again. The Republic, Missouri native has been in Taiwan, where COVID-19 seems to be a thing of the past.
Last weekend I went to that festival, no social distancing. And then the weekend before that, I went to a surfing tournament on the East Coast. Totally, it was just like normal. Living here, you forget that the virus is a thing. It hasn't been a thing for half a year now.
But it wasn't like that at first. The country of Taiwan is an island just east of China where the outbreak began, but Hanna says the country was quick to act.
January rolled around, they banned people from coming in from China. And then after that, we started to have to wear masks everywhere.
He credits the country's mandates on travel, masking, and quarantining for the way things currently are. But watching news and talking to family members back home, he says it seemed like an entirely different world.
Yeah, it's completely strange. We in Taiwan, we're taking it way more serious than the U.S. is, and we haven't had a local case in over 200 days. And it's really hard for me to explain it to Taiwanese about why there's an issue over wearing masks, because here it's normal. If you have the flu, you wear a mask.
Now news of a vaccine has provided a beacon of hope in the U.S., but Hanna hopes that doesn't make people complacent and worries about people like his grandmother, who is in a retirement home.
If some virus takes her away because of people's desire to be free or not wear a mask or do whatever they want to do, or to be frank, to be irresponsible, then I don't know. To me, that's not what America is about.
And he says Taiwan just implemented another masking mandate for public places just as a precaution as the country heads into their flu season. Obviously, some of that not quite possible here in the United States because of, well, not only cultural differences, but also size and other things. But Taiwan certainly reaping the rewards right now.
Interesting report there tonight, Jesse. Thanks. How did Taiwan become one of the only few first world countries to be able to get back to normal this fast?
Total of 340,000 people have been in quarantine so far, and the compliance rate is 99.7%. There's been an average of 20 to 30 contacts linked to each confirmed case. One extreme example was a worker at a club. He was confirmed to be positive. The government was able to track down 150 people who were in contact with him, and they all had to go through 14 days quarantine. Some people have been complaining about wearing masks, and some people can complain it's not convenient. It's necessary.
Taiwan resident Michael Wu says travel laws are heavily mandated as well. The country has very strict border control, and right now you need to have proof of a negative test 3 days before getting on an airplane and traveling to Taiwan. And when you get to Taiwan, there is a mandatory 2-week quarantine with testing afterward as well. Taiwanese officials said that we sacrificed 114 days of 340,000 people in exchange for the normal lives of 23 million people.